Hi everybody, so I wanted this video to be majorly different to how it's gonna pan out, but it is what it is. I'm on my way back up to the hospital. I was allowed out for an hour to come and see Darcy and Ollie. But this is gonna be my birth vlog, well, the start of it. So I'm gonna let them say a little message for their baby sister, and then when I'm settled back at the hospital, have my traces and that done, I'm gonna come on and explain a little bit more about what on earth has gone on this week, because you're not going to believe it. But yeah, let me go and get the kids a second. What do you feel like? I'm just wiping chocolate off of her nose. So what do you want to say? You excited?
Kind of nervous.
Kind of nervous? What do you want to say to Mummy's bump? Because next time you see me, I'm not going to have her hair.
Bye, Grandma. I love you and I can't wait
I can't to see you. Oh, they've been so good. I'm going to go through it all with you when I'm back at the hospital, but I'm just going to get Ollie in as well because I want some bump photos of them. Because I'm not going to see them now because they don't let kids in the hospital, so yeah. Let's go get your brother. Okay, now we've got Mr. Oliver. What do you want to say to baby Sissy?
I love you.
Oh my god. You literally make my heart. So next time you see Mummy, baby Sissy's not going to be in my belly.
She's going to be in your arms.
She's going to be out. You happy? Mm-hmm. You excited? Yeah?
I'm not, because she's going to scream.
She's going to scream loud.
She's going to be like hyper.
So they're sleeping at their auntie's tonight. So yeah, they're about to just drop me back at the hospital. So yeah, I'm going to head there now and then I'll talk to you when I get settled. Dad is hard at work in the birth chair. This is my suite for the night. Oh my gosh, tiny. Quite thankful to have my own room for a night though, because then I'm going to be on the ward when she's here. Comfy. Just move slightly.
I was concentrating.
You just move and fold the chair up.
Oh, you want me to? So imagine I'm asleep.
And you like pretend you're dreaming about falling off a cliff.
But why do I have a fall off a cliff?
Because do you know when you fall off a cliff, you never hit the bottom, but you do that jump, don't you, in your sleep?
Yeah.
Do you ever get that?
So I'm asleep. Move slowly.
We're delirious. We've had like 2 hours sleep in the past 24 hours. Okay, I'm gonna make this really quick, just because it is currently 10:10. As you can see, I'm in the hospital again. So I just wanted to give you kind of like the final pregnancy update, because baby girl is being delivered tomorrow morning by cesarean section. So my last update was 35 weeks, and I think I went through what had been happening, the fact that the growth had started to tail off, so they were waiting for this growth scan this week at 36 weeks, which I had on Tuesday. It wasn't at the usual ultrasound clinic, it was with like an actual doctor, like a fetal doctor. So I went up to that. Very, very detailed scan. I was in there for at least 40 minutes. They had like all the measurements from the previous 2 scans. So they were scanning every 2 weeks. So essentially after this scan, we had like a 4-week picture. And I've actually, because I haven't got my yellow book, it's actually on the front desk, but I've got some stats here that I wrote down because it's really interesting. Obviously it's really concerning, but it's it will probably just give you a bit more of a picture of why things are moving as quickly as they are. So for reference, I'm currently 36 weeks and 5 days. So when she's born, it'll be, yeah, so when she's delivered, it'll be 36 weeks and 6 days. So obviously they measured her head and her femur length, but I'm not including those because obviously they have started to tail off very slightly, but I mean that's just down to genetics really. So overall her weight has dropped to the 33rd centile. 4 weeks ago it was on the 77th. Her abdomen circumference, so this is the really important one because this is kind of like telling us it's baby getting what she needs from the placenta. So 4 weeks ago she was on the 95th centile, and this week she had dropped to the 54th centile, so a massive, huge drop. And that was with them probably being a bit generous as well, because I could see the line that they were doing. It's kind of like on the very outside. So the doctor was really nice. She explained everything. She said we need to do a C-section basically, and she said we need to give you steroid cover to help mature baby's lungs, because she's going to be born at 37 weeks. So I said I would turn 37 weeks on a Saturday, so that's why they've decided that I came over from then to the assessment unit, and I was put on the CTG, had my first lot of steroids, and her heart rate was awful. The baseline was below 110. It kept dipping. It was decelerations. So the decision was made that she was coming on Friday. So this was all happening on Tuesday. So I had my first lot of antibiotic steroid injections on that Tuesday, and then had the CTG, and then the plan was I'd come up the following day, which was the Wednesday, have the second dose of steroids, have another CTG. So that was yesterday, because today is Thursday. So I came up yesterday. I had to come up for 7:30 in the evening, because the second lot of steroids couldn't go in before 24 hours from the first dose. And they were heaving. I was sat in the waiting room for gone 3 hours. Boiling hot here as well at the moment. So my feet were swollen. I had pain going all up my calves. A doctor then came to get me and took me to the delivery suite, and she apologised for how long I'd been waiting. Could see the state of my feet, could see that I could barely walk. So she did all my observations, said that my pulse was a bit high, but obviously I've been sat in a boiling hot waiting room and with a mask on. So she put me on the CTG, and baby's heart rate was 77. So there was doctors in my room. I was on my own because I'd left home at home with the kids, because obviously I thought I was going to be in and out just having my second dose of steroids, quick trace for 10 minutes and then on my way. And I was actually on the verge of just getting my book and going, because I couldn't sit in this wooden chair for any longer than I had been. So yeah, the room filled up with doctors. They said that I couldn't go home, and I was so scared. I thought that they were going to take me straight down and just do an emergency cesarean then and there, and obviously I was panicking because Tom wasn't here. So I called him up. He didn't end up going home till about 3 in the morning yesterday. And so I didn't go to sleep until about 4 or 5, because I've been constantly monitored. So I've had about 2 hours sleep. So I've been on constant CTG since. They didn't want me to go home again today, but they did let me home for an hour just to see Darcy and Ollie, because I've really missed them, and obviously it's been really tough on them, all of this monitoring. And yeah, I'm first, as long as no emergencies come in, excuse me, overnight, and as long as baby's heart rate just stays semi-stable, I mean, it's not ideal, they've already said that, I am first on the list. So I'll be taken down about 8:30 in the morning. So yeah, baby girl is going to be born just very slightly premature, but because it's before 37 weeks, it is classed as premature. So my stay in hospital is going to be longer than I thought. I'm not allowed to do the enhanced recovery, which is where you're home within 24 hours, because she will be put on a high dependency ward with me. Hopefully everything's all well with her, with me. So yeah, I just wanted to sit down and give you an update. Obviously there's not going to be any footage because I'm not going to be able to film in theatre. So there's going to be no footage whatsoever. I've sent Tom home to have a good sleep. There's no point in him sitting in this chair that you saw him in earlier, so he's gone home to have a sleep. I'm going to try and get some sleep now. Like I said, it's just gone, it's about 10:15 now. I've got to have observations at 1 again. And yeah, I'll be prepped for surgery quite early in the morning so I can go down, but when Tom's back in, I'm going to get him to do me a couple of last little bump updates. I can't believe I'm not going to have my bump. Like, tonight's my last night with the bump. This time tomorrow she'll be here, and I'm just ready for it now, because I'll know fingers crossed that she'll be safe and sound. But yeah, that's the update for tonight. I'll give you another little update in the morning, and then fingers crossed we'll be able to show you baby girl. So I'll speak to you in the morning.